All right, y'all. So I got somebody that is, when I mean special to me, I mean special to me in a way that Big Bro don't even understand the things that he's done for me, to be honest. I got Demone Harris today on the Conversations with Valley Souls. Like I usually say, it's brought to you by FORBRIN Entertainment, man, out here at Sunset Studios in Las Vegas, Nevada. This person, what they mean to me. To be honest with you, Big Bro, from the time that I had the chance to be around you, just your energy and your aura, man, seeing the way that you work in daily life and how you push forward, it's the only reason why I'm able to even get into a space that I'm in right now, doing what I'm doing, dog. So I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I never had the chance to actually say that to you, bro, but I
Yeah,
wanted to
for
say that
sure.
to you, bro.
No
On
doubt.
top of that, too, y'all, this human being is the, excuse me if I pronounce it wrong, the epitaph, I believe I said that right, of
Mhm.
what perseverance and hard work looks like. I mean,
Mm.
you are talking about somebody that is not only a one percenter, they're a half percenter with what they do in their life and how they get things done. My man plays for the Atlanta Falcons right now, but it's much more deeper than that. Without further ado, my boy Demone Harris, man, you
Yes,
know,
sir.
welcome on the show, bro. Like, how's life
Hey,
been, my
man.
guy?
Oh, man. I'm first off, thank you for having me, man. It's a pleasure and an honor to be talking to my bro again, man. It's been a while, Life's been going and things like that, but oh man, just extremely blessed, honored, humble to be on here and talking to my guy. And life's been good, man. Just the craziness of the NFL, just working in year six now, going through the ebb and flows, of everything, and just like I said, just like you said, man, just trying to stay true to my values, who I am, put in the work, and persevere. That's all it is.
Six of them things, dog. You look back 6 years ago. I'm gonna take you back on
Yeah,
something. You might laugh. Six and
yeah,
a half years ago, I want to say about seven. My
yeah,
boy was watching Just Bomb Production highlight films, man, in the middle of our
yeah,
living room. And here you
yeah.
is 6 years later, bro. Like,
It's crazy.
does it feel surreal every day?
Honest to God, my mentality, my approach has always been like to approach things like a process. But like obviously you have talks like this and things of that nature where it allows you to reflect and like, man, you blink and it's 6 years. I can't believe it's been 6 years. Like it seems like we were just in, like you said, the living room yesterday, me just watching highlights, but it's really truly a daily grind with everything. I feel like how you approach it in life. And yeah, I can't believe it's been 6 years. It's crazy, bro. Crazy.
So look,
Crazy.
I'm gonna take everybody back. So I had the opportunity to gain a relationship that I gained with Demone. I came out of junior college. I took a visit to the University at Buffalo, which is Demone's hometown out in Buffalo, New York,
Hmm.
which was super ironic though, because the apartment I viewed was your apartment at the time during the visit. And I ended up living there with you, man. Take the folks back on how you even got to that point, because the story that goes behind that and just
Right.
starting football at Bishop timing
Right.
as late as you did, bro. Like, let
Right.
everybody know what that was like, man.
Oh man. So yeah, a little bit of my football story. Just like I didn't grow up playing football like most guys in the NFL, like Pop Warner, things of that nature. Didn't grow up with these quote unquote football dreams. I was a quote unquote basketball player, how they would label me. And um man, just grew up, came from humble beginnings, man, and just really wanted to just be successful in life based on, where I came from. And got the opportunity. Didn't know I was gonna end up playing football in high school. Like the first high school I went to a charter school called Buffalo Academy of Science in downtown Buffalo, and they didn't even have football. So from seventh grade to ninth grade, like I was just playing basketball and they had me playing like the 4 and the 5. I'm like 6'4", so it's like, I'm not gonna be playing that in college. I want to play college basketball. I'm not 6'9", 6'10", so I'm like, you gotta figure something out. So I'm playing, I think, AAU basketball, basically the summer of I want to say my freshman year of high school, going into my sophomore year, and one of the coaches at Timon was just, I think, coaching the AAU team. He was like, "Look, you should go to Timon and play basketball. You're really good. You might have a shot to, play at the next level and whatnot." And I was like, "All right, cool. As long as it'll, get my tuition or school paid for or somehow, some way." So I ended up transferring to Bishop Timon St. Jude my sophomore year, man, and didn't play football at all. Played basketball, played on the varsity team, but did well, and then after that basketball season, like the head coach at the time for the football team was like, "Man, come out to play football. Like I can make you into a Division I football player." And I'm like, "Bro, how you gonna make me into a Division I football player, bro?" I never even put on pads before, a helmet before in my life. No lie to you, bro. Never put on a football helmet. None of that, like before my junior year. So I comes out my junior year and I absolutely suck. Like I'm terrible. Like so terrible. Like I'm trying to get in a 3-point stance. I'm like, bro, what the how you supposed to explode out of this? Like, you know what I mean? And they got me playing tight end and DN. And I mean, I'm 6'4", probably like 225. I'm athletic, but I barely know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm like damn near false starting offsides every other play. Like, you know what I mean? But he like really, my head coach really, like I owe that man a lot. Coach Comerford showed me a lot about the game, and just knew I was willing to put in the work and work hard for it. And yeah, ended up like starting to start towards the end of my junior year, the last couple of games, and did pretty well. And then I came out my senior year and just busted my ass, worked really hard, and um, earned a starting role in the team at Timon. And then unfortunately ended up getting hurt my senior year and missed half my senior year with like a high ankle sprain injury. So I was like, dang, like just when I was getting this, felt like I was getting this thing going, ended up getting
Right.
hurt. And then so then my head coach in high school, the head football coach, his brother-in-law um, actually was a GA at UB at the time. And he just had shot him on film and was like, look, this kid's raw, whatever. Like he's extremely raw, but like he might have a chance to play at the next level, whatever. And UB, they started recruiting me actually. And I was like, this is Division I A program, like the highest, it could be. And I mean, I was like, all right, shoot, like I wasn't gonna have a scholarship there, but they actually came to my basketball games and watched me play basketball at time in like the winter season, because that's when I finally got healthy again. And they were like, look, we'll give you a preferred walk-on spot. So gave me a walk-on spot, man. I got in through the EOP program through UB because my grades were but
For folks that don't know though,
yeah,
just even getting that opportunity and then becoming a walk on
yeah,
life, bro. Explain that to them, bro? Because I don't think people really
man,
understand what that
man, you'd have
you
brought
dang
up
near a
what a
part of the team, but you're not.
yeah, you're a part of the team, but they expect literally little to nothing from you. Like you're the part of the team where you're like the walk on, you like, bro, what are you even like? You just happy to they want you on some happy to be here type stuff. Like it's just like they don't expect you to be ever play there seriously, honestly. Like you'll never be a scholarship player, you'll never really play there. That's the quote unquote expectation. So got there as a walk on in my freshman year. And of course I'm getting crapped on by the position coach. He told me literally, I think my second day of training camp, he was like, you'll never play it down here at the University of Buffalo. And I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Wow. All right.
So I was like, damn, off rip. I said, this is how we going? I said, bet. Like, but it's like it's all you use it all as motivation, man. You use it all as motivation. And so then redshirted my true freshman year, but it happened to be Khalil Mack's senior year. So I was able to, take a seat and kind of learn from him a lot from him. And I was like, damn, if I could just get a little bit of what this guy's got, I can maybe have a freaking chance at the next level. And
Was there ever a
uh,
chance in that freshman year for you? Was it always like that Kobe mindset? Like, hey, look, you telling me I'm not gonna play, but I already know I am. Like, I don't care what you're
yeah, yeah.
talking about
Oh,
right
I
now.
know. Oh, I told myself eventually, like I'm gonna crack because it's like it was an obsession. I mean, it still is. Like it just like it never ends. When they say the work never stops, like you said, I looked up and I'm 6 years in the NFL, and it's like, dang. But it truly never ends. Like the work never stops. Like your body is your job, so it's constantly, year round trying to improve, and guys, like the game's constantly changing. You got to adapt. You got to be this. You got to be that. Like, so, yeah. In the back of my mind, it was like, and it wasn't about even proving him wrong. It was more about proving myself right that I could do it. And it was a challenge because it's like it's something I never done before. I never played football. Like I barely still at that point, my freshman year of college, I barely still knew the rules of the game. Like it was still like I didn't necessarily grow up watching football. To be honest, I grew up watching WWE wrestling, and then we'd go in the basement, me and my three brothers, and then we'll just practice all the wrestling moves. So I was like, at first, I thought I wanted to be a WWE wrestler. I was like, and then it was basketball. But like other than that, man, it was pretty much just a grind. Like I was like, I'm determined to be successful at this thing. I have an opportunity. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we're just gonna focus. Put the pedal to the metal and just work. So that's pretty much kind of what happened. And throughout college, I just kind of kept climbing that ladder. Became a starter, became all conference, and then I think my senior year, I was up for like the Burroughs World Trophy, which is like the walk on award, like nationwide walk on award. So a lot of trials. I know that's a lot to sum up 5 years in
Yeah.
college, but obviously a lot goes on in that time too. You go through the
One
ebb
of
and flows.
one of the things that I'd like to ask you about and point out, because I never really had the
Mhm.
opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
As far as, and for a lot of people that don't know about UB football, everybody has the honor to wear the number 41 jersey. And when I was there,
Right.
you spoke to me a lot about what Solomon Jackson meant to you and how that
Hmm.
even pushed you further. Do you
Yeah.
that, and not only I know that's something you still carry with yourself today, but
Right.
how did that change you? Did that also kind of put a little more fire up under you a little bit?
For
Or
sure. I mean, you gotta like I remember it like it was yesterday. I mean, how it happened, like we were just it was obviously an incredibly tragic and unfortunate situation. Like we were just going through a winter conditioning like mat drills. Like it's one of those days in college is that you remember, like everyone talks about. It's 5 a.m. We at the Pet Out Golf Dome. No one wants to be there. It's probably 10 degrees outside. We roll up in there. We're getting our conditioning in. They're running us through mat drills, and we get done with everything about an hour of conditioning or whatever workout they put us through. And then at the end of it, he unfortunately had like a cardiac issue, and but it was just crazy because it's like me and Solo, we play the same position. Like we like literally at DN. Like so, this is the guy that like I'm competing with every day. I'm going to class with this guy. Like we're cool. Like it just that body yada yada. Like and to see that happen to him, it was just like, man. One, it puts like first off puts life into perspective for you as a player, and as you realize like there's more to life than just ball. Because even at that point in your life, all you're thinking about is, I got to make it to the NFL. I got to make it to the NFL. I want to make it to the NFL. I want to do this for my family, that and third, which is important. But at the same time, it put things in perspective for me and been like, wow, like, man, tomorrow's really not promised. And like, this is a dangerous sport. But at the same time, it's like, man, you got a guy that literally from Georgia, where I'm at now, which is ironic. Like his dad, I've been talking to his dad a lot recently, but um, you got a guy that moved all the way from Stone Mountain, Georgia, to Buffalo to pursue his dream, possibly making it to NFL and get a college education, and that happens. Like it's crazy. I just, definitely still burns a fire in me today, and use it as motivation. Like I know, Solo's always with us and looking down on me, and just when I'm down, just bringing my spirits up, for real.
it was definitely something to obviously to become a part of but not be there when it happened, to see the
Yeah,
way that I can't even, I feel like motivating is like an understated word when it talks about
yeah,
like what he was for y'all, because I remember showing
hmm
up there and just it was everything was, you would always hear about just how hard, like he had that Mamba mentality, and y'all
yeah.
would tell me
He
that all the
was, and that was
time.
the thing. That dude busted his tail. Like that dude worked his balls off. Like that dude was a hard ass worker, man. Like I couldn't take nothing from him. Like he just, and that's the thing. That's what made it so sad. He was just a blue collar dude. Like he was, went to class, hung out with the fellas, always was energy in the locker room, like funny in the locker room, this, that, and the third. But when it came to that work, Solo was always gonna put in that work. So,
And before we
um,
turn that page on that college
mhm,
chapter, man, you got a chance to be a part of UB when you got a chance to see it from its infancy in a
mhm,
phase, I guess I'd like to say, and
yeah,
then be a part of that revitalization in it. Like they have
Mhm.
never been a below average or below average program since that turnaround.
Yeah,
What was that senior year like, bro? With everybody going crazy. You,
man.
AJ,
Oh
I
man,
mean,
yeah. We
everybody.
had, like, looking back at it in hindsight, I was like, man, we had some dogs, bro. We had,
You
like you
had
said,
an
we had
Ohio
me,
State team.
yeah, we had Charles, we had Chuck on the other side, like my little brother Charles Harris. We had Tyree Jackson at quarterback, who he plays tight end for the Giants now. We had AJ, who was an All American. We had, KJ Osborne, who is, doing his thing with the Vikings now, about to get paid. Freaking, we had so many players. Tyler Mabry, tight end, who he plays for the Seahawks now. It's like,
Coyote plays
man,
for
and
the
even,
Lions.
or he plays for, yeah, exact Coyote that plays for the Lions. So it's like we had so much talent on that team. In hindsight, I didn't even realize it until now. Like, to see everything pan out where everyone is, it's like, man. And we still, I feel like, could have did so much more had our quarterbacks not got hurt. We literally was like on our freshman, true freshman quarterback, Kyle Van Treese, which he's a good player. I think he's still playing now, but he just wasn't ready to play his true freshman year.
Yep.
Like, we had Tyree, and Tyree got hurt. Then we had Drew Anderson show up, and then we had that crazy overtime game, I think against Western Michigan or something like
Seven
that. Those were
OTs.
7 overtimes. But yeah, that was a
Boy.
resilient, hardworking group. I think we all pushed each other, and just to see where the players on that team ended up afterwards, it was obviously that hard work paid off, man.
Was there a coach during that time at UB that really stuck out to you? You know, that
Mhm.
really was there for you day in and day out, not just a
Yeah.
player. Because for those of you who don't know, college
Hmm.
football is a business. And if they tell you anything else, they are lying for
Lying,
sure.
100,000%. Busyness. It is a business, my friend. Yeah. I would have to say the most influential, and that's the thing about Buffalo too, is there's just so much turnover. Like, so it's hard to establish relationships. I had literally five different strength coaches. I had two different head coaches, or maybe three, I guess, if you count the interims.
Mhm.
Then we had, two totally different staffs. Like, I had probably like four or five different position coaches. So it was like, but I feel like the guy that left a lasting impact on me the most was, I had a coach. His name was Coach Rock Bellantoni. Man, that's my
Remember
guy,
Coach
man.
Rock, bro.
To this day, man, that dude always, he instilled values more about life than it was about football, and me and him we related on some things, and he always was talking about tapping that rock. He said, "Tap the rock, no matter what, tap the rock." And he was, it put things in perspective for me. Like, he working in Buffalo, his family's away down in like Florida, and he's da da da. And I'm like, dang, that was, I really saw like the business side of things, like what people sacrifice like for their job and work, and it's like crazy. Like in the NFL, it's like too. It's like I'm in Georgia, my family's in Buffalo. I don't got no family, nobody out here, and it's like it's crazy. But it's like he just showed me a lot, and instilled a lot into me. And honestly, say really senior year, it took my game to another level. Like, I'm so glad that I got to cross paths with him. I think he's coaching at Auburn now, but so fortunate to be able to be coached by that man. Man, he was a really good coach.
So you go from basketball to never playing football to walk on
Mhm.
to being told he's never going to play to
Yeah.
starting being in, I mean, the part of the team, I guess you could say, like the B and
Yeah.
the U and Bulls, basically. And
Yeah.
then you finish out, and then it's time for you to go to the league, bro. What
Yeah.
were you nervous? I mean, and not nervous, but was the anxiety there, or was you just
I
like, bro,
mean,
this is what I've been waiting for? I'm ready. Like,
right.
I'm
I
ready to
mean, I
get it
just I
going.
think it's a mix of everything on any given day during that process. I've seen so many guys, not just before me, but after me, like, you like, damn, so and so didn't make it. And you think you see him in college or whatever, even at other schools, you're like, damn, he was so good in college. How didn't he or what's the like, you know what I mean? Like, how did this guy end up going? What? Like, he was all American. How did he end up going on draft? Like, so you get a rush of all those emotions. Like, even sitting there on draft day, the couple of days, I'm like, and I'm seeing guys even got drafted ahead of me. I'm like, my collegiate staff is better than this kid. And he went to this school at a third. I'm like, and even though I tested my test numbers at my pro day was better than this guy. Da da da. But I think you can't get caught up in all that. I mean, it does matter. Don't get me wrong. Like you said, it's a business. Draft position in this business matters 100,000,000%. Like, they're whoever they invested their money in, that's who they're most likely going to be rolling with. But at the end of the day, for me, going undrafted to Tampa Bay was just like, it was just, I just put myself in the shoes of being a walk on again. It was like I was fortunate. I'm fortunate enough, like so many guys that were like out of my whole class that came in a UB, like 26 guys. That was 3-star recruits. You might have a 4-star recruit, and I'm the walk on, and I have the opportunity to play in the National Football League, and
Yes,
no
sir.
one else did. So it's like that in itself to me was enough motivation to be like an affirmation that you can go and play in this league and take that next step. You know what I mean? And you can be a dude in this league. Like you can stick around. This can be your life. Like this can really be like your livelihood. So I think that was enough motivation. And then going undrafted, it just left it just leaves a fire in you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, like you just want to go and prove it. And like again, it's not to anybody else. You want to go and prove it to yourself that you can make it. So was fortunate to make it there in Tampa. My
Did they give
first
you a
year,
phone
and
call? Did they give you a phone call when they told you made it, or did they bring you in the
yeah.
office?
Nah, they what you think, Tampa Bay?
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they had called me. Somebody called me from Tampa Bay and was like, "We're gonna bring you on a draft," and that in itself was just like a blessing, man. Like it was just like damn, this is a National Football League team. Like I think I still have my first actual physical NFL check, like still on like a bulletin board in my room back at my mom's house. Like it was my signing bonus. I think it was like $5,000, like $3,500 out of taxes. But it was like damn, this is a National Football League check, bro. Like it's
Like,
crazy. Like it was a blessing. Like I didn't take it for granted. Like and I was like at that point I was like I couldn't be mad. Like especially coming from where I come from, it just put in the resources that I've had versus resources what other people have and how late I had started. Like you're never satisfied, but at the same time, it's a blessing, man. Nonetheless, a
and
blessing.
then for all of those that are joining in, then not only does he make it undrafted, but then what is it? Year two, year three, we
Year
win a
two,
Super
year
Bowl.
two, year two, won a Super Bowl, man. Which is crazy. Yeah, so and that transition was crazy. So going into my second year, well, my first year in Tampa, I was undrafted and I made the practice squad, and then I had got elevated like week 6 onto the active roster, which was cool, and played in some games. And then going into my second year, um, I made the 53-man roster for Tampa Bay, which was huge because it was like I made a 53-man roster, like, but they had me like active but inactive, so like they call it like a healthy scratch. So like there's 53 that for people that don't know, there's 53-man roster, but there's only 48, or I want to say 40, yeah, 48 that actually dress on game day. So they had me quote unquote inactive as a healthy scratch, and then unfortunately I got cut from Tampa like week 5, and then Baltimore had called me. And I mean, like and they expect you to drop everything and just go there the next day and live in Baltimore, Maryland. Like you wasn't just had a whole life in Tampa, Florida.
Bro, like, you gotta leave the car, you gotta
Bro,
get a plane ticket and it's out.
yeah, bro, no, for real. I'm like, I got all this furniture and stuff in my apartment. I'm like, where am I gonna put all this? Like, I had to hurry up, throw it in a storage unit.
They shipped my boy like an
Crazy.
Amazon package
Bro,
next day.
dead serious, bro. I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, out in Owing Mills, bro. Not even Baltimore, out in the boonies in Maryland. Adjusted in there, then practicing with Lamar Jackson and seeing those guys, and and that was a crazy transition. And then I'm there in Baltimore for 4 weeks, and I'm just getting settled. I kid you not, got an apartment, signed a lease like a week before this happened. And then I'm sitting in a defensive unit meeting like during the season, and my agent had called me. And I was like, my agent called me in a meeting. Why the hell did you call me? So when I got in a meeting, I called him back. I'm like, yo, what's up? He said, Kansas City gonna poach you. Kansas City wants you. So like for people that don't know, when you're on a practice squad in the league, another team can grab you and put you on their active roster. So that's what happened. Kansas City came in and grabbed me from Baltimore and put me on their roster, and then I played with them for the rest of the year. Played with them through the Super Bowl, and we won the Super Bowl, and it was crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
So you win this Super Bowl, and I'm gonna take a wild guess just from the things I know about you.